you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You seem a little quiet.
What?
I don't know. You have a vibe about you.
I have a reserved vibe?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
What vibe do I have?
You have go Red Sox go vibe to you right now.
Yeah.
You stole my hat.
I borrowed it.
You stole my freaking hat. These bitches are trying to steal my style.
So what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a ginger ale. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Diet Coke with a slice of lemon, which is not my
Ooh.
normal. I meant to BYOL, bring your own lime, when I came over here. Forgot. You only had lemon.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. And I did not get anything for you at the dep. I'm sorry. I don't know what fizzy drink you like.
Olive isn't allowed fizzy drinks.
Oh.
What kind of mother do you think I am?
She's not allowed to pop. Only at restaurants. Only on Fridays at restaurants.
And when she goes to birthday parties.
Yeah, then she's allowed. And at sleepovers, but not at your house.
No.
Only at away sleepovers.
So should we get into our roasts?
I think we shall. Do you want to go first?
Sure. I have a light roast for you today.
Okay.
And it is how you eat leftovers. You always like to eat them cold when they are leftovers that don't really work cold, such as a meatball or a hash brown that's already been cooked. And like, I get it that you don't have a microwave and all, but you will still do this when we are in spaces that like have microwaves, like at my place or like when we're elsewhere. And I just find it very quirky of you. And also, it's like, not only is it cold leftovers, it's like cold leftovers for breakfast. It's like pasta meatball for breakfast.
Me, I would never do that. When did I do that?
Like yesterday.
I did do that, like yesterday. Yeah, I don't have an explanation for that.
Okay.
The hash brown was last weekend, and I was like, if I don't eat something, I'm going to faint.
I'm going to faint.
The meatball. We were going to brunch. I needed something to tide me over.
Right.
No, these are just the most recent examples. Like, yeah, I like a cold food. And I blame my dad because I feel like my dad always eats cold pizza. Mm-hmm. And that is where I learned
cold pizza is less weird, though, in my opinion.
Cold pizza, cold meatball.
Cold pizza is like, I would do that.
Okay, whatever. It's a valid roast.
What do you have for me?
I kind of have a list of things.
Oh.
Because you said something yesterday.
Oh, we're going through the whole list.
Well, you said something yesterday that reminded me that you use the wrong words for things. So,
again, about me being bilingual.
It's not really about that.
The price that you have to pay for knowing two languages, by the way.
I don't think it's that.
Okay.
So what you said yesterday was in the context of when you made us dinner. And you said, because I was offering up my chicken, we ate tonight. And you were talking about your chicken, and you said that your chicken was de-thawed.
And I knew I said that wrong. It's just thawed.
Well, yeah, because de-thawed is frozen.
Yeah. I don't know.
So that was the first.
But the D in front of it kind of confuses me. Can I explain why? It's because, like, de-thawed, to me, it's like...
Unthawed.
Unfrozen.
Right, but that's what the definition of thaw is.
Yeah.
But you have a hard time with the prefixes. Let me get into it. One time Vic said chalant. As in the opposite of nonchalant.
That word should exist.
Next, one time Vic said, "This is abomination." She just forgot the Just straight into "this is abomination."
Which, when I said that out loud, I want to say that we then proceeded to say, "This is abomination."
I think those are all of the words that I have written down. Yeah, chalant, abomination, and de-thawed. I figured I would start now because you seem to be racking them up.
The list will keep growing. And you know what, guys? These are great words to add to your vernacular. I highly recommend them. They're versatile. Mm-hmm. And, like, you don't always have to go with the words that were taught to you growing up. You can actually just create your own. Mm-hmm. And they'll catch on.
Especially when they are
Which is why
almost
I'm using this
a real
platform to
word.
like bring awareness to these
a real
platform
word.
to like bring awareness to these words.
Yeah. So that's my roast for you. And I really like that in my notes app, the title is Roasts, Return, Can't Do Math. Return, Chalant.
I'll drink that roast.
Yeah. I guess it's what? Medium roast?
It's like the first people to do things are always the ones who are kind of judged and misunderstood. And then when it catches on, years and years and years from now, people will look back and be like, she was really ahead of her time.
Yeah. When
And
abomination is the word of the...
Mm-hmm.
When abomination is the Encyclopedia Britannica's word of the year.
And people start using chalant in like educational
As like,
papers and
oh,
stuff.
I was going to say like instead of calling someone chopped and unk, they'd be called chalant. That could happen. I could see that happening. Maybe I'm going to start using de-thawed as an insult. Like, chat, am I de-thawed?
Chop, be so for real.
Be
right
so
now.
for real. Am I chalant or de-thawed?
No,
Fuck.
don't worry, Queen. You're abomination. That's how you would use it. So what are we talking about today? Let's get real. All
Today-
jokes aside.
Today, we're going to talk about getting out of a funk. Getting out of Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars.
Getting out of the funk of 40,000 years.
Yep, that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Getting out of Funky Town by Lips. All of those places.
I don't have any more funks in me.
Yeah, I think I'm out of funk too.
But the funk shall be within you.
Oh, no. Don't funk with my heart.
Oh, that's a good one.
PH funk.
Anyways.
So getting out of a funk, we haven't really like talked about the approach to this episode. But I feel like it's a funky time of year. I call it flu season or like flu weather. No, I call it flu weather. Not in the sense that you are necessarily getting the flu, but I find that these changes in like temperature make me feel like fluish. Like I'm like
I get
hot
that.
and then I'm cold and then I'm sweating and then I'm not. And
I feel
like,
that right when I wake up during
yeah.
this time of year.
Yeah.
It's like I wake up and I'm like, am I sick?
and you're trying to turn
It's
your
actually
heat
just
down.
the funk. It's just the funk.
It's just the funk. You're trying to turn your heat down.
The next day.
You're like shivering.
Yeah.
And yeah, so funky time of year, and I feel like I'll have a really awesome day, and then the next day,
Usually during full spring.
yeah,
And then
I'll have like a
snowstorm.
really shit day a couple days later,
yeah.
and it's just like
And I think we're both in a little bit of a funk. I think that's like what brought the inspiration for this episode.
I don't know if I'm in a funk.
Okay, sorry. I guess I'm just like kind of grouping you in so I don't feel as alone in my funk, but whatever. Like,
No, I'm an ally in your funk, but I'm not necessarily like in your funk.
Okay, I thought that you were being like an empath in my funk, but I guess
I don't want your
you've
funk.
distanced yourself.
Why are you in a funk?
I'm in a creative funk,
Uh-oh.
and I feel like I've been feeling this for the past month-ish. I don't really know why I'm in a creative funk. I feel like they just kind of like happen when you are trying to be creative all the time. It's a natural part of the process. Never like it. I've never gotten used to it, but I know that it's very normal and like everyone experiences it. So that's something I'm trying to remind myself of. But yeah, just kind of feeling like everything that I am creating or like any ideas I have, I am very self-critical or they are just like not fulfilling me. A bunch of feelings that are funky towards like my creative work. That's my creative funk.
Okay.
I would say it's primarily creative, but it also seeps into other areas of my life. It's like I feel like I'm in a bit of a routine funk. I'm trying to revamp my routine. I'm trying to see what works. And I'm feeling a little uninspired in that department. You know?
Well, I'm sorry you're in a funk.
That's okay. I thought you were here with me, but I guess I'm alone.
But
But do you want to talk about like funks that you've been in the past? Like, do you have any reoccurring funks? Me personally, it's like November and then February, March are my funk times.
I don't know if I think I have like one specific time of year that's necessarily like a funk time for me. I think my funks like kind of will go more around like what's happening in my life. Like you talked about routine. And I find that when I break my routine, and I have two examples of this, that's when like there's time for a funk to start. So I feel like my like most recent funk, like big funk, was at the start of last summer. because I'm sure I've had other ones before. Then I definitely have. Like I was in a mini funk like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But that was actually just a crash out. That wasn't
Yeah.
a funk. Like, yeah, last like June, May, June, I had started my new job or my new position, and I was not used to like the flow of my job, and I had gone from having the same routine every single day at work, like same people, whatever, same tasks, to like a very slow ramp up into a job that I was unfamiliar with, and my days just looked really different. Like I went through a period of time where I wasn't very busy anymore, but it was like this anticipation of being busy, but I wasn't there yet. But then it was also the start of the summer, and I feel like we had all these like summer things we wanted to do, but I felt kind of like stuck inside at work, but like not feeling like I had all that much to be doing. But then I was kind of like, okay, but it's going to get really busy, so like you have to savor this time that's like a bit quieter, but it's like, okay, what are you supposed to do? Mm-hmm. And then it's getting nicer outside, but I'm not really like relishing in that either. And like that really created a funk for me because my schedule was so weird. So I feel like that is like one end of my funk spectrum. And on the other end is when I'm so busy at work that I lose,
it's overwhelming.
Like funk. I lose my other routines. So like I, for the past couple of months, have been going to the gym in the morning. That's like pretty new for me. I used to be an after work gym person. Now I'm up at the crack of dawn. And that's a routine that I've really started to love. But then like, I don't know, 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, I had like a really crazy work week and I thought I was getting sick, and like I was working like 11-hour days and working on the weekend and whatever. And so I broke my routine, and then it's like a trickle down of like, okay, so you're spending all your time working, so you don't have time to go to the grocery store and like do your proper grocery shopping. So then you're not eating your proper meals, and like
that affects how you feel. And
yeah. And like sometimes that combines with when the cafe is really busy, like sometimes we have back-to-back things. And I think that's when it becomes more of a funk and less of like a routine throw off, because and even when I'm really busy at work sometimes too, like I'm having a good time and I'm enjoying the busyness and the stress of it. But at the same time, I'm like a little uncomfortable with it. And it's that discomfort that like is like alongside the I should be enjoying these things because these things are exciting and fun. Mm-hmm. That like that is what kind of creates a funk for me.
Right.
Because I have this like feeling about my feelings.
Right.
And I think
there's a lot of shoulds in there.
Exactly. And it's the same thing with like, I think back to the spring when I wasn't doing all that much, and it was like, well, I should be enjoying this. Summer's just starting. It should be nice. And of course it was nice to not be crazy busy, but all of the like shoulds and coulds create that kind of funk for me.
Yeah. And it also discredits like how you're actually feeling.
Yeah. And then the more you get kind of lost in the shoulds and coulds, the less you feel what you're actually feeling.
Yeah. The important thing about funks is that they're not all the same. There are many kind of funks. Mm-hmm. There are personal funks. There are creative funks. There are wardrobe funks.
Oh, totally.
There are
fitness funks.
So many funks. Existential funks. Mm-hmm. Like, they're not all the same. Mm-hmm. And the way out of them is not always going to be the same. Yeah. I think what I like to do when I kind of come to terms with the fact that I may be in a little bit of a funk is to identify, A, what kind of funk it is, and B, what areas in my life I feel like I'm lacking or I'm not giving attention to that could help me out of my funk. Okay. So, for example, sometimes I'm in a funk because I'm not spending enough time with my friends. Mm-hmm. Like I'm in a funk because I'm too much in my own world. Right. And I'm
You're kind of isolating yourself a bit.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not making the time to see people and socialize.
Okay.
That's a very obvious way out of that type of funk. Yeah. And sometimes it's the reverse where I don't have enough alone time.
Mm-hmm.
The
So you're
obvious
like
way out is
overstimulated.
yeah,
Kind of. Yeah.
exactly. There are so many areas where you could be lacking that could contribute to your funk, I feel like.
Totally. Do you feel like you have a step two? Like, do you have things that work for you every time? Or do you feel like you just kind of like
I think
see what's
some
up?
things that work generally for all funks for me, getting outside is a really good way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even when we spent our weekend in the woods recently, while I am still in my funk, it didn't fix my funk completely, but it definitely helped.
Yeah.
And like,
not groundbreaking
not
by any means.
No, but like,
There's a
I feel
reason they
like-
recommend it.
exactly. But
Yeah.
I feel like I'm constantly, every time I do go outside and kind of like spend some time in nature when I'm in a funk, I am reminded of the power of it, you know? I would say returning to any hobbies that I've abandoned is a good way to get out of a funk, especially a creative one, like specifically for the type of funk that I'm in right now. A lot of it comes from like pressure that I'm putting on myself creatively. But if I kind of remove that pressure of like, oh, it needs to be this idea that I shoot and film and it has to be great, or like it has to be this idea for the cafe that like is going to be the next thing that we do. Like if I remove that pressure and it's just like, okay, do a painting, or like sit down, like get off my phone and like create something, even like going to pottery, that type of creative hobby time, I feel like is a good way out, you know? The more and more I do that, the less I feel that like pressure.
Okay.
Do you have any go-to things that you do to get out of a funk?
I think mine are probably more like specific, less like thematic than what I've witnessed you kind of do. I think like I struggle with when I'm in a funk and I have my kind of like negative energy about me. I don't want to start something new or like a new routine or like a try and turn over a fresh leaf, because I feel like my negative funk energy comes with me and I like fixate on it. So I guess similar to what you were saying, I will try and go back to like routines that have served me previously. But I find that the most like specific things that help me, not necessarily like sometimes they do get me out of a funk, but other times they make me feel like I'm with myself in the funk, like that I'm not alone in it, if that makes sense. One of them is taking myself to go see a movie, because like I've shown it to you, this Josh O'Connor meme where he's like coming out of a fucking, I don't know where, and he like has a goofy smile on his face and the caption on it is just something like me leaving the theater with like a renewed sense of self and a zest and an unknown zest for life.
Yeah.
But honestly, like it's like it works. It's true for me that I often go and leave either like maybe I just sobbed my eyes out to something and I feel
And
like
had an emotional release.
yeah, that like sure it wasn't like necessarily about one thing, but I needed that. Or I leave and I'm like, oh my God, like life is beautiful. Look at this thing that was just created. Like I have a new spark in me kind of. So yeah, going to the movies and kind of like taking myself out and
Spending time with yourself.
yeah. And just like being gentle. It's like a gentle encouragement kind of. And then I think like really trying to get back into exercising, especially if it's a routine that I've been in and then kind of like broke for a little bit. That helps me because I feel strong and I feel encouraged, and I often will feel a sense of community at the gym that I go to, and that sort of thing just like brings a bit of like fulfillment back in to my kind of day to day. And then also I really try and find like when I'm in a funk, little things, they don't have to be important, that will just kind of like carry me through, bring me a bit of joy in my day. I like binged all of Game of Thrones, had never seen it. Did that bring me the most joy in the world? no, but like it did bring me some.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was something that I was returning to like
Yeah.
every fucking day.
And it's something that you could like turn your attention to.
Yeah, and then I could
enjoy.
like, you know, I could talk to Charlie about it and I would be like, "Oh, like this thing happened that was like I've heard all about it and like I'm watching it now, so I finally, I don't know, you know, something like that."
Mm-hmm.
And
I think that's a good point too, because I feel like often there is a lot of advice out there that's like, these are 5 journal prompts, you need to do this, and it's like emotional heavy like work.
yeah,
And sometimes the way out can just be like
coasting a little bit.
do these things that will bring you small amounts of joy.
Yeah.
And like that can be something to be grateful for in one day.
And I
Or,
find
like,
that those little moments help me kind of like reconnect with myself, because I feel like when I'm in a funk, I don't feel very connected with myself, or like to myself. So like there are little touch points that help bring me back. And I mean, like this one's kind of silly, but it's like real. Like, what was it now? A couple weeks ago, the Olympics were on, and I was fucking obsessed.
the Olympics put me in a funk. After
Oh yeah,
both
after
of the hockey games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's like really fair, but
it's okay, I'm out of it by now.
yeah, but like I literally would watch like Alyssa Liu's performance like fucking like 5 times a day.
Yeah.
And I would be like, I've got a zest for life now.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, 2 days ago, when was I
It's
having...
really those bitches on ice.
It really
Same thing
is.
with heated rivalry.
I know, but it's true.
Yeah.
But I 2 days ago had to go get my oil change. Wasn't really having a crash out about having to get my oil changed, but like it was just like one thing
it
on
would be
top
valid
of
if you did. Don't
it was
worry.
like on top of a couple other things that were just kind of like freaking me out. I was just like having a mini crash out. And then I went to the oil change place over lunch and just like wasn't feeling my best. And then I was like, you know what I'm going to treat myself to right now while I sit and wait for a mechanic to flag me inside to change my oil? I am going to watch Alyssa Liu's performance. And so I'm like sitting outside of the oil change place and I watched it and I was like, you know, I might not feel my best, but I feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
And like just like a little something. And I can probably guarantee you that like a month and a half from now, it won't be my like thing that I return to.
Yeah.
But I'm sure sometimes I will. Or like I find myself also, maybe I'll cook like one of my favorite meals. Or I'll cook like vodka pasta because I feel like that is something that I have loved for many years. I have cooked it with so many people that I love. It reminds me of like a home of like when I'm with my university roommates and my friend is the one cooking it and like those sorts of things. Again, this is not groundbreaking, but to me, these are specific things of like vodka pasta, go to the movies, currently Alyssa Liu, like
Chicken noodle soup for the soul.
yeah. And I'm trying
Yeah.
to think of other things. Like I mean, this is why people have comfort TV shows,
Yeah.
like that sort of thing.
Another thing that I feel like I do when I'm in quite big funks is, and I know I just kind of shat on journaling through a funk, but I am a big fan of lists, especially if it's like a funk that I don't quite understand. I like to make lists of everything that is stressing me out or everything that is bringing me down, and kind of remind myself of how much of that list I can control. A lot of the time, it's quite little. Sometimes there are things that I can control, and then it's like, okay, there's like some homework to do. There's like action involved, and like it makes me realize that I can take matters into my own hands. But it is kind of refreshing to see it all onto one page and go like, oh, a lot of this, like I just need to wait it out, and like that's all I can do, you know?
Yeah.
I like a list.
Honestly, like the other major thing that will help get me out of a funk is often hanging out with you. Because you,
But I'm the smelliest funk of them all.
I know. You are the funk of 40,000 years.
That's when you reach the like the end of your funk. Because I'm the funkiest of all, and then you can get over it.
But I think like you like know me so well that even when I don't really feel like myself, when we hang out, like it's like you feel like myself. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
you pick up the slack of me not feeling like myself.
Yeah.
And then you kind of like remind me how to feel like myself.
Yeah. Aw.
Um,
Stop. By the way, before we sat down to record this episode, Kate did give me a full, like, choreographed performance to pretty much all of the Pitch Perfect songs,
all the ones that have a
including the riff off.
performance that is performable.
And then, like, halfway through one song, she goes, "Oh, I forgot that you were here." She's performing to me, by the way. Like, she was like, "I forgot that you're not me." Okay. Yeah.
I did that the other night too, where I like looked at you and I was like, sometimes I forget you're not me.
Yeah. And like,
and that must be what it feels like to be a twin.
Whatever psychologist that's listening, like, dissect that.
Feel free to jump into that. I can answer your questions. I don't think that it's necessarily unhealthy. I just think that sometimes I'm like, oh,
just a reminder.
She's real.
Yeah. She's not a figment of my imagination.
Thank God. Otherwise, this podcast would be a real cry for help.
Just you talking to the wall.
Me recording both parts, sitting on the couch, merging them together.
Do mics.
Good God. But yeah, I don't know. And I know that kind of goes back to what you were saying about like maybe not seeing people enough. But also when I'm in a funk, like there are people I don't want to see. Like I kind of only want to see people that won't intensify the funk.
Right.
Or like
or do things that won't intensify the funk too.
Yeah. I also think when I'm in a funk, like drinking never helps. Like sometimes I think I feel like I can go kind of like party the funk out, if that makes sense.
I actually really agree with you on this.
And because I think that sometimes it is like, oh, wouldn't it be fun to like go have a girls' night and like go dance and like
and I think that's like medication for specific mood.
Yes. But I find when I'm in a funk, it's like I feel like maybe I'm forcing myself to do that, and in forcing it, it's like uncomfortable and it's not necessarily what I want to do, and I feel a little icky. But I'm like,
and like,
but
am I gonna
just
feel better tomorrow when I'm like kind of hungover?
No. And also like this goes back to what I was saying about like in the summer, that kind of like I could be feeling this way, or like I could be doing that, whatever, I should be doing that. I find if I were to say like we're going out and we're going to have the best night ever and I'm going to get out of my funk, it's like stop layering these expectations on to this thing that you're this like solution that you're trying to have. Like if you go out with this expectation of like, well, I have to have the best night ever, I want to, you know, like talk to people, I want to listen to the best music because that's what's going to fix this, you're like setting yourself up for failure because you already don't feel your best.
Yeah, like just let the night be what it's going to be.
Yeah, but that's my whole issue with it whenever I'm in a funk, is that I'm bad at letting shit be.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like a lesson I should
easy.
No, but that's a lesson of like something I'm saying now that I should definitely like remind myself that like going out,
9
drinking,
times out of
it's
10,
gonna make you not feel great. Even if I'm not drinking in excess, just like it doesn't make me feel great always on my best of days. So if I'm not feeling great, probably not gonna make me feel great, you know? Again, not groundbreaking, but
like I'm sure it works for some people. Also, this goes back to like identifying the kind of funk. If your funk is like, oh, I feel like I've been isolating and I haven't been having fun, maybe that would be the way out of your funk.
Like you need to go let loose a little bit and have a fun night out.
Exactly.
Okay, different. Totally different. But like if I'm having,
or like if your funk is like life feels too serious, maybe a night dancing with friends would help. But like in these specific funks, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, most of the time when my funk is like, oh, I feel like I don't have a routine, going out not
and then like
that.
Sleeping in the next day and then like feeling anxious all day, like that's actually gonna make your lack of routine even worse. My love.
Who would have thought? Wow.
But I don't know. Sometimes I forget that like we have choice, and like to do or not to do those things. You don't have to just like I know this sounds kind of ridiculous, but like when someone says like, oh, you want to go do this, or you want to go out for dinner, or you want to go out tonight, or do you want to come over, or those types of things, like when you're in your funk, again with the like, oh, I should do that because it's going to make me feel better, I could do that, whatever, you can just not.
Yeah.
Yes, the only way through a funk is through it, but that doesn't mean that you have to force yourself to do activities that you should be doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's like that voice in your head that's like, go do things like that. This is like, this should make you feel better.
Yeah. And then I also,
that's how it sounds
I
in my
know.
head. And I'm like, well, no.
And then sometimes I get like another voice will talk back to that being like, well, you're going to be feeling kind of shitty whether you go or not. So like, you should just go anyways. And it's like, okay, well, that is a flawed mentality.
That this is such a like go with your gut girl situation, because usually your body, like, I don't know about you, but when I'm debating like, oh, do I want to go out tonight, when earlier today I kind of just told myself I was excited to go to bed early, like sometimes it's like your body kind of like knows what you want to do.
Yeah. And that's like kind of one of my like ideal ways to make decisions, because I can be so in my head, is like, if a decision was made for me, do I feel relief in my body? And I feel like when I'm in those situations, like someone trying to make a plan, or I said yes to something that I don't want to say yes to, and I know I'm in my funk, like if I allow myself to imagine the situation of like, okay, this is, if I go, how do I feel in my body? Or if I decide that I'm not going to go, how do I feel in my body? And even through the funk, I can normally be like, okay, I feel bad if I am going. Like all of the little things that kind of go into the going feel icky.
Yeah.
And the staying home feels awesome.
Yeah.
So go with your gut.
Go with your gut, girl.
Yeah. Do you have a order of the week that is like specifically tailored to getting out of your funk?
My order of the week for myself is to get more sleep. I feel like I didn't get enough sleep last week.
And that one is like, one, science backed, two, like you feel it, but there are definitely layers to it that you don't even feel. Like
totally.
That funk goes deep, and also like you can't coffee your way out of that. You can't meditate your way out of that.
And
like,
also I also have been trying to move my body every day. Or like most days. And last week I really like upped it, and the lack of sleep combined with that, like my muscles are not recovering. I am feeling sore for more days than I should. And listen, like just like an 8-hour night would help that a lot, I think. So, being strict about my bedtime.
It's not easy.
It's not.
I don't know what I'm doing to put off going to bed, but I just putter. I just putter around my apartment.
You're just a putterer.
Which reminds me, I was about to say I putter around my apartment with my AirPods in. And this is something else that I do. It's another little concrete thing. And it's, you kind of, when you said earlier about how I like performed for you. And then I was like, oh, you're here. I'll just do that, but you won't be there. And specifically like headphones in. This is not a play out loud music. This is headphones in. Like,
no, you're giving a performance.
I don't know what, like, I could be listening to anything. I could be anything from Pitch Perfect to like music I strictly listen to at the gym, but I'm like blasting it while I'm like vacuuming. Yeah. Like mixing up the vibes a little bit, but like probably dancing. And honestly, just like kind of drowning everything out. Again, not groundbreaking, but does it for me.
Yeah.
Anyways, something you just said reminded me of that.
Well, it makes you feel powerful, I think.
Yeah.
I think giving a performance makes you feel powerful.
Yeah. Even if it's a bad performance.
Well, nobody knows because nobody's watching.
Exactly.
Except for the audience in your head and me.
And you when I accidentally.
And listen, I thought it was great. 10 out of 10.
I felt like a kid at a sleepover.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was similar to right now where.
I felt like a parent at a sleepover.
Like you were being held hostage.
Yeah. Mom, do you want to see this dance?
That's how it felt. But the good thing was that, and it's similar to how I am right now, I don't have contacts in. I don't have glasses on. I can't really see all that far. So, like, I know you're there, but, like, the glazed look in my eyes is because I'm kind of like, you know?
Yeah.
So it kind of took the pressure away until I would be like,
Oh, she's there.
oh, you're there.
Yeah.
Oh, that blurry figure's you.
Oh, she's
right.
still sitting
Okay.
there.
Bright lights in the big city.
What's your order of the week?
I have 2. Unfortunately, my order of the week from last week didn't come true. And I did not see the Peaky Blinders movie. So it's happening. You know, I'm either going to the theater or I'm watching it later this week. So I'm excited about that, but I am ordering it nonetheless. And then the other thing I'm ordering is a bit of Pinterest time, specifically for the cafe that we want to host this weekend.
Yeah.
Because
home cafe.
Our home cafe, I don't really know what I feel like baking. And I know it's like end of citrus season, and we talked about that being kind of like a potential theme, but I don't know if I'm feeling like totally inspired by that. Again, with this weird weather, like one day I'm like, oh, I want to make something that's like summer, like that's like not summery, but like springy. Even tonight when I made us dinner, I was like, oh, I want something like bright and dilly and like
herby.
And then I started cooking and I was like, I'm confused about the weather.
Girl, I had a harvest salad for lunch.
Like
so
that's,
I'm in
you know,
mode. I
like
don't know.
It's kind of all over the place. So I think like some Pinterest time to maybe like
Feel
inspire me could be good. So ordering that for this week. And I freaking hope that by the next episode, I have watched this damn Peaky Blinders movie. And my camera just died.
All
So
right.
guess what?
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
Stinkies. See you next week.